offensively? What was so much different tonight than last night? What got you guys going?
Well, that orange ball that we play with, it went into the orange ring, and it stayed in and went through the net that's hanging from that orange ring. So that's what happened. We took care of the ball too. I mean, right away, we were locked in. We didn't make mistakes turning it over, which didn't allow them to get out in transition. So even though they were making shots early, we weren't giving up easy stuff, and we had control of the game, because we were executing offensively and knocking down shots.
Best night.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's had some good nights. The Christmas Day game was great. But this was his best overall game. He showed the whole package in terms of his passing, his defense, knocked down a couple threes, and obviously just an explosive athlete, and really had a great night.
It obviously won't be like this for him every night, but are you searching for like a breakthrough moment with him where he suddenly can become part of the nightly equation?
I think we're in the early stages of his development, and we're just trying to help him through that process. When you're a young guy like JK and you're brand new to the league, there's so much to absorb, and so much that you don't know. And we're just trying to help him learn all that and not overwhelm him, but also push him and prod him when we don't feel he's pushing himself. It's a little bit of a delicate balance, but we're trying, to make it all make sense with, Santa Cruz here, off day, 3-on-3, work in the weight room, extra shots. He's learning what this is all about. And so he's obviously making strides, and a night like this validates that.
Steve, from a team psyche standpoint, just how good did it feel to get this kind of a lopsided win?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of needed it after losing 4 of the last 5, and last night's blowout. We came out pretty determined, and obviously they were behind the 8 ball almost immediately when Zach got injured. I mean, that changed everything. With Caruso out already, them missing both Zach and Caruso, that's a huge part of their team. And with us, really clicking and knocking down shots, we were able to take control.
I was going to ask you this pregame, and then I thought, it's not going to apply, but what's the psychology of playing from a huge hole or with a big lead in the second half of a blowout game like this?
The psychology last night was we have to account well for ourselves. We have to show in the second half what we're about, which is we're going to compete, and who knows what's going to happen, but we're going to compete. We're going to stay with it. And it obviously didn't matter in terms of the win and the loss, but we won the second half last night by 20 points. And you might say, well, who cares? You were down by 72 at halftime or whatever it was, but that mattered, and I think that the way we played in the second half, the way our guys kept fighting, set a good tone coming into tonight's game. And so you just want your team to keep fighting and executing when you're down like that. And then when you're up, you don't want to let your guard down. The biggest thing when you have a big lead is to take care of the ball and to take care of the little things. You just don't want to turn the ball over and give up offensive rebounds and foul. You just want to stay solid.
Is it a little victory when you prompt that other team that had the big lead to bring starters back?
I actually said that to Mike Budenholzer last night. We were both standing near half court, and he put Giannis back in, around the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. I think they were up 21. I said, you can't put him back in. I said, we've already, sat all of our guys. And I think he said, you guys keep making all these threes, I said, well, this is our one victory of the night. We made you put Giannis back in. And so we had a good chuckle over that, but it's, you just want to keep competing. That's the biggest thing. So I liked the way our guys responded last night. It's humiliating, to feel that. They responded well. And, tonight, Billy probably had to give the same speech I gave last night. It's, 24-hour difference, and who the hell knows why this stuff happens. It makes no sense, but you try to control what you can control.
Maybe this is a different way of asking the same question Anthony asked, but when you talk about committing, it's so easy to talk about his future, right? He's 18, so explosive, as you say. But how much does a night like tonight show that he can be a factor in the present? I mean, the rest of this season, and help you guys win?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that he can help us win. But we also know that progress isn't linear as a young player. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and so the main thing you're trying to get across is it's the process. Steph said something last night that I thought was so important. He was asked about his shooting struggles. He says, I don't focus on results. I focus on the process. And it's the same for a team. As a coach, you have to focus on the process. And as long as our process is good, and our guys are competing, and we keep pushing forward, then you're able to weather the storm. So for JK, we're trying to teach him about the process and how important every single day is. Every time we play him in Santa Cruz, every practice, every 3-on-3, it's all important. And the great thing for JK is he's got these incredible mentors with Andre and Draymond and Steph, and Otto, and all these guys who have been through it, and they're all really trying to help him out. We all want the same thing for JK, and he's a young guy, so it's going to be up and down. But this is a great night for him. I'm really happy for him.
Without getting too much into the X's and O's, what allowed him to, was he looking to attack more? What allowed him to sort of get in that groove today? It looked like he was trying to drive more than settle for it.
Yeah, the only thing that we've really been emphasizing is running the floor hard, using his gifts, both ways, like sprint the floor hard every time. When I was in Phoenix as GM, we had Sean Marion, who was, one of the best athletes in the league. And every night he would just run the floor hard. And he wasn't the greatest three-point shooter. He wasn't the greatest passer. He wasn't the greatest ball handler, but he was an all-star because he just played hard. And he, by running the floor, all kinds of good stuff would happen. And that's the first step for JK, is to understand his gifts are so unique athletically. They jump out even in an NBA game. You guys see it. It's sort of stunning when he explodes to the rim. So taking advantage of those gifts now allows him to build a foundation. And then, as he goes, his shooting will improve, his understanding of the game will improve, overall skill level will improve. But what I liked about the last two nights is it's the hardest I've seen him run the floor on consecutive nights.